Good evening and welcome back, everybody. We're live again for or Jesse, should I say? Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Pedro Guevara for Bam's WBC Super Flyweight World Championship. Pedro Guevara is his mandatory. We're getting to some predictions, but first off, how's things? Jay's Fight Talk.
Yeah, good. Been a long day, but I'm nearly home. Just pulled up in Asda car park. Other supermarkets are available. So live with you, mate. So yeah, all good. Excited for the weekend. What about you?
Happy days, yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, most definitely. This card's creeping up now. We're not too far away at all, but yeah, Bam obviously been on a bit of a run lately, hasn't he? A great victory over Juan Francisco Estrada last time out. He became the first man to stop him. Took Sonny Edwards' undefeated record in the fight before that. He's fought Carlos Cuadras as well. He's fought basically, the who's who. He's got Inoue's name on his lips again this week. I saw in a couple of the interviews, but he's got to get through Guevara, who's his mandatory for his WBC world title. He's just beat Andrew Maloney out in Australia, which is a decent win. I think he'd been on a bit of a run himself, to be fair, Maloney. But yeah, just before I get your prediction, mate, quick thoughts on the matchup. I know you're probably more keen on this one than the main event, aren't you, stylistically?
To be fair, I am. Yeah, I mean, I rate Bam. I do rate Ennis, but I think Bam is just starting to get his flowers. I mean, this kid. He's 25 years old. He's torn through a weight division. He's fought a who's who. He made Sonny Edwards look pretty normal, to be fair. And Sonny Edwards is up there as one of the most skillful boxers in and around those weight divisions that there is. For me, Sonny Edwards' boxing ability is absolutely fantastic. And he just caught him in traps and pretty much had him in fits and farts all night, and eventually stopped him. And you don't see that happen to Sonny Edwards. I know he busted his eye socket and stuff, but even before that, you could tell within 3 or 4 rounds that it was only going to finish one way. Sonny Edwards, unfortunately, doesn't hit hard enough for someone like Bam, I think.
Yeah.
Bam, similar to sort of Lomachenko, and I'm not saying he's like Lomachenko, but I'm using Lomachenko as an example, and maybe Manny Pacquiao and Canelo. These elite once generational boxers get to a point where they go up through the weight divisions and ultimately it's weight that becomes an issue for them. And I think that the only thing really with Bam that I would see someone beating him would be significantly bigger and significantly longer than him, where he can't get within range. Anybody that's anywhere within 2 to 4 inches of him in terms of height and reach,
ain't stopping him.
But do you know what? His boxing skills underrated as well, because he hits like a Mack truck. But he's really, really clever inside the ring. It looks like he just fights in the pocket, but he actually manipulates space and gets you into the pocket by moving his feet to certain angles to make you turn a certain way. Then he'll feint a particular way, which will make you move. He's just, honestly, I could sit and watch him all day.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
But as I'm bigging him up, his opponent is the mandatory. He's coming off a decent win.
Never been stopped.
He's a good fighter himself. So, we could have... This could be the best fight of the night, to be fair. I don't think he's going to have it all his own way.
No, definitely. I worry about Guevara. He's 35, Bam's 24, and really on the rise. He's never been stopped, but, neither had Juan Francisco Estrada, who was at a similar age to what Guevara is now last time out. And Bam kind of just... Although he dropped Bam, he kind of just ran straight through.
Sonny was in his prime. Sonny was on a tear. Sonny was beating everybody they put in front of him, and made him look fairly ordinary, with the utmost respect to Sonny. As I said, I'm a massive fan. I think it's going to be tough for him. I think, maybe if this fight had happened 5 years ago, it'd have been if he was a bit younger, then maybe, it would have been a different fight. But yeah, I think age will play a factor because Bam goes at a high work rate as well. So you've got to be super fit. Mm-hmm. And Guevara might be super fit, but being a 35-year-old that's super fit is not the same as being a 25-year-old and super fit. Your cardio starts to fail on you after a bit. So, I anticipate a fight of such for a certain length of time, but then I think that, Bam's significantly better skill set will sort of push through and see him through to what I believe will be a mid to late stoppage.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think Guevara will have a bit of success as well, but that's part of Bam's style, I think, as well. He
It's
will
not
take.
down, he's not scared of taking a smack, is he?
Well, he's got a good chin. You look at the fighters he's been in with, he's never been stopped. I know at them lighter weights, there's not as many stoppages, but to go through 47, this is his 48th pro fight on Saturday against Bam.
24,
And you've never been stopped. You're tough in some way. So yeah, I hope Bam gets rounds. I do. I hope it's not just a rollover and a blowout. If it's like the Strada fight, we're in for a great fight again, because that was a phenomenal fight last time out. But yeah, I am with you. Mid to late round stoppage. I think I can only see Bam eventually. Again, I just think that Guevara might be, it's a shorter career at the lighter weights, isn't it? A super flyweight. We all know that
35.
it's very rare that you see top pros in the lighter weights fight on in the lower weight divisions past sort of 36, 37. A lot of them retire at early 30s.
Yeah.
That's just a factor. Like, he might be an anomaly, don't get me wrong, but yeah, either way, I think Bam's going to get the stoppage done. But yeah, looking forward to it. Should be a great one. It's the co-main event to Jaron Ennis against Karen Chikadze in the rematch. Plenty else going on the card, so we look forward to it. Top man Jay for the prediction. We'll be back very shortly for Keyshawn Davis and Gustavo Lemos, which has had a bit of controversy in the last hour at the weigh-in.